a white trash gimmick rapper and a fast-speaking Jew make a rap song. You might think it's a Rap God ripoff, but in fact, it's very different. Let's listen to it right now.
They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm
gimmicky as hell. Gimmicky as hell. Only two genders, boys and girls. You're so scary, bro. Come on, really?
biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive.
Okay.
You're pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flag's at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns.
Now, this is an interesting aesthetic because he's saying we're not going to overdose, but he looks like the exact sort of person to overdose. Maybe not fentanyl. He looks a little too bougie for that. We're talking maybe crack. But I mean, the point being is that you can still end up in a crane position, dead, like a zombie, if you look like Tom MacDonald. But again, he's like one of these people that dabbled into this whole like leftist, we're going to do some drugs, and now he's pulled out the other side. Now he's talking like he's Eminem, but with a more inspiring message maybe. Is that what he's doing? Let's see.
Promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you.
It's just so awkward for me.
You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do.
Now here's the crazy thing, right? I hope I offend you. And what did he say to offend you? We're not going to raise our kids to be thugs or to be hoes. Nobody takes offenses to that at all. Like, at best, you're going to get some Hassan or some Vaush, some complete blowhard, indignant idiot. And he's going to be like, you're stigmatizing OnlyFans. I mean, most people don't even say that. Most liberals wouldn't even correct you if you said something like what Tom MacDonald said. But then he's going off and his gimmick is that he's trying to offend you. But that's not offensive at all, right? Like, that's my criticism thus far is... What is offensive? If he said like, I'm anti-gay marriage, I'm anti-trans rights, something actually that's conservative, then okay, fine. That pisses off people. At least in a college campus that would. But if you're saying there's only two genders, most guys that are alcoholics, most frat bros would agree with you. I mean, this is not a crazy position by any means. Most people that aren't gay would agree, actually. This is not offensive to anyone. And then he tells himself, what would Ben do? Rhetorically, what would Ben do? Which is pretty... dare I say pretty gay, right? Because it's like, well, you're a 30-year-old guy, I'm assuming. And what would Ben do? I mean, is he the smartest person you can ever think of? And maybe that's kind of the problem. Is Ben Shapiro the smartest person some conservative, like, gimmick white rapper can think of? Is him? Not Thomas Sowell, Clarence Thomas, somebody smart. No, it's Ben Shapiro. Granted, smarter than this guy, yeah? But I mean, that's like saying that, drinking piss is cleaner than taking fentanyl. I mean, obviously, sure. But it's not an ideal solution. So let's let it play.
Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Rewind that.
Television, dogs. No one knows who you are. Blowing money. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog.
Okay, let's play this back.
My pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat.
My pockets like Lizzo, my money is fat, something like that. Okay, 3-year-old reference.
Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap.
Don't be a wap. Don't be a wet ass pussy. That's a forced meme.
Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents.
So he's bragging about making racks or money out of compound interest, which I guess goes into like the nerdy Jew stereotype. Okay, so he's balling on you black guys by saying, well, you know what? You're getting hoes, spending money on shoes and cars. I'm over here like a dweeb showing charts and starring in these conservative movies. Meanwhile, also making compound interest money off of like, some boring stuff. Okay, fine.
He takes some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
That delivery was fucking like just horrific. This was worse than any sort of catastrophe that we can think of from 100 years ago. I mean, this is just appallingly bad. You would need to shower this shit up, okay? Put it in a chamber and just completely clean it because, I mean, this was just horrible. It was a horrible delivery at the end. Okay, let's rewind that. I mean, it's hard to even fathom how bad that was.
And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1.
Let's get a billboard #1. That was the lamest. Again, it's like he's parroting himself. What would a nerd dweeb Jew like come up with a rap song and have it come out this way? I mean, that's basically what you if you were to put a chat GPT, Ben Shapiro sort of rap with the intonation, the cadence, that's what you'd get. And that's just kind of embarrassing because he's actually trying, or at least he's like not trying to be a joke. Like he's self-aware being like, oh, I'm going to rap. But he's actually trying, you know? It's like if I were drunk doing karaoke and I'm trying and I'm self-aware that it's funny because I'm not getting any of the keys because I'm a man who can't sing, which makes me a man. But overall, it's like the same thing with him. But this time, maybe he's not even trying, and that's just depressing.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes.
Okay, this is also not even like following any sort of logic, okay? And again, I'm not trying to nitpick, but I am actually. So let me just indulge me. First of all, so he's positing that the left implicitly are promoting stripper poles. That's just not true, okay? Like, where are they doing that? You could say they're promoting gayness and, you know, okay, yeah, sure, but like stripper poles, are you sure? And if he's talking about like rap culture, where he apes his entire aesthetic from, okay, well, yeah, they promote stripper poles, kind of. But then you're also annoyed that they don't promote guns. But I mean, don't gangs promote guns all the fucking time? Like, isn't that one of those issues that they would probably support Republicans on, is gun rights and machine guns and whatnot? Okay, so then stripper poles are promoted by rappers, as are guns. So he's contradicting himself unless he means that the schools are promoting stripper poles, which they're obviously not. They're promoting like gender education and non-binary. But that's not the same thing as a stripper pole. And in fact, the stripper pole is not even as bad as like this other like gendered nonsense.
I don't care if I offend you.
He literally does care if he offends you because he's saying, oh, only 2 genders. That's literally the most boilerplate thing you could come up with. Not something audacious, not something that would get you canceled, not anything in regards to a strong position on the wars in the Middle East, a strong position on the economics that concerns the country, or maybe that he's anti-gay or something actually cool. No, it's more so just, oh, there's 2 genders. Wow, bro. Okay.
I was put here to upset you.
Look how smug they are.
You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do?
Okay, but Ben Shapiro, at the very least at the time, assuming my mic is still working, I knocked it out, but basically, Ben Shapiro, back then, 10 years ago, would have been hard line on, same-sex marriage and stuff like this. Now, he still believes the same stuff because he's an Orthodox Jew and a conservative, but he won't talk about it because he doesn't want to get canceled, because he doesn't want to lose advertisements. But when push comes to shove, is he really mentioning, gay marriage or anything that he should be mentioning? No. He'll talk about transgender issues and stuff that won't get you banned off of YouTube, okay? Because the Daily Wire has a deal where they won't get banned as long as they don't touch certain topics. Hence why people like Ben Shapiro don't talk about election shenanigans, because they know damn well who feeds them and where they get their advertisement money from. And they'd lose that. And, this compound interest he's bragging about, well, that all of a sudden won't be so easy and tenable if you were to actually offend people. So when they say, I don't care if I offend you, yeah, they do. I mean, that's like if a safety in the NFL says, I don't care how I tackle you, but meanwhile, they'll never draw a penalty. They'll never actually horse collar tackle you because they know damn well that if they pull out a face mask, they get a penalty. And it'd be one thing if you were trepidatious and watch what you said so you don't get banned like I do. Because you can be honest about that, but instead they'll be like, oh, I'm uncensored. Bro, really? So you're telling me that you talk to your friends on a Call of Duty lobby, in the locker room, at a bar, the same way that you would say in public? No, because when you're, in private, you can say F-slur, whatever have you. Boys will be boys. But this is not the sort of language we're getting out of these people. They're talking about two genders? Do you think guys, at least my friends, are we like, man, wow, those two genders, man, there's the only ones that are legitimate. Oh, God forbid they have a non-binary. What? Nobody talks like that. I don't care if I offend you. Yeah, they do care, because or else they wouldn't be on YouTube.
Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you mad. I guess it's cool to be the victim. Well, I'ma be the man. You sad, you sad, you sad. You just try to get attention. Being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself, what would Ben do?
Okay, but even take that line, right? Besides the what would Ben do, because that's cringe. But it's also like, okay, think about it this way. So you defund the police, there will be nobody to protect you. So what's the implication there? Okay, right winger says nobody's going to protect you, leftist. Against who exactly? Okay, so now you're playing violence. Now, I don't really even care about that because people do that on rap all the time. Okay, not a big deal. But what I will say is that it's a circle jerk is what this is. Is like, I don't care if I offend you. Meanwhile, he's picking the most boilerplate issue that he could offend you with, like pronouns, so that he won't get banned. So he's lying. Second of all, what would Ben do? Meanwhile, Ben is over here changing his position on social issues, bending to the whim of Susan Wojcicki at the time, and now different leadership at YouTube and stuff like this to basically keep his paychecks in line, which you could respect, but at least like be honest about it. And so, I mean, you can just see how there's a ton of contradictions, and it's a circle jerk insofar as it's like, wow, we're really owning the libs. You can cry libs. Meanwhile, this whole song is just him like virtue signaling that he thinks there's two genders, as if that takes any sort of accountability. It's not, oh, I'm a family man with kids. I have a girlfriend. I have grandchildren. I have a house. No, it's, I believe there's two genders. Like the most basic hood rat could understand this. Okay, come on, really?
Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect you.
That's tough. Okay, just on a musical level, the song is abrasive. Tom MacDonald's voice is really cringe. The hook is horrible. I mean, it's worse than Eminem. I love Eminem. This is nowhere near the level. You can tell he got the video idea from Rap God. What would Ben do? Again, cringe, because Ben Shapiro in and of himself is lukewarm, weak sauce. Frankly, he's like your little Tykes Republican, okay? When you're 14 and you're figuring how to own the libs, that's cool and all, circa 2017. Nowadays, if you're still watching Ben and you're an adult, you got to get your life together and get smart. The other thing is going to be that in regards to the novelty, wow, Ben Shapiro's rapping. Okay, cool. That was surreal. Give you credit. But the delivery was fucking terrible. And at the end, those two bars, number one bell bar song, just horrible, man. I think Trump could rap better, and he's like pushing 80. So it is what it is. It's a mid song overall. Very nice to see. See y'all in the next video. Adios.